In a whole other lifetime ago, I was a personal trainer for probably 16 years. And so I was always chasing the next diet, trying to find the best way for my clients to get a quick fix. Or, what's the latest fad? What is everybody doing? Is it more fats? Is it less fats? Like all the things. I was always trying them actually myself. And then from my experience, I would share them with certain clients who I thought it would work for. But it was always something new coming along and a new thing that I was trying. And then, because my clients were always looking for a quick fix, who isn't, right? Like, who isn't looking for a quick fix? Just tell me what to do, tell me which pill to take, or something that takes a week and I'm in. But it doesn't work like that. So then I learned how to heal my body with food because I was experiencing something that needed healing. And so I dug deep and I did the research and I found out how to heal my body with food. And then everything changed. I started taking my cues from nature. I started to listen to my body. I started to trust my body. Knowing what your body is saying is like speaking a foreign language. You got to figure out, you got to translate it. And it's always telling you something. It's just, our body is just one big feedback mechanism. It's always giving us feedback. And so when you trust your body and learn how to understand what it's saying, then that is a game changer. And then I started to do this with my clients. But even with this, even with using food as medicine and understanding, like, ladies, you just need to know, eat whole clean foods. And if you only did that, if you just got rid of all the processed foods and only ate whole clean foods, you would see an amazing difference with just that alone. But even with understanding that food can heal our body and asking somebody, okay, what are you working on? Because it's not just one thing. It's like, what system isn't functioning, because everything is connected. So even with knowing this, that our food can heal our body and all that fun stuff, my clients would get success because everybody is different. So you got to find the foods that work for you for the goal that you're trying to get. And yes, most of the time it's weight loss with women. But my clients would get success and then something would come up. They'd be triggered or going through something, because that's life. We're always going through something. Oh, something's always coming up. Then they would just go back to their old ways, because these are all just patterns and habits, right? And we're reprogramming, repatterning. And then something happens and we just go back to our old habits because it's super ingrained in us. And without thinking, this is our unconscious brain, just goes with what we know. And then we go back to our old ways, and then we go back to our old weight and maybe even pack on more weight. So there was still a missing piece. And then I started to study the brain and coaching the unconscious mind. And this is where everything changed. This is a game changer. So today we're going to talk about how you can literally rewire your brain to not only like transform your body so it can be healthy in the weight that you want, but to reclaim your purpose, boost your energy, start living with more joy and confidence in midlife. You can apply this to everything. That's why I get so excited about it, because a lot of people come to me with weight loss issues for women. And I'm like, okay, we can do this, but then I want to sprinkle in this other magic. And when people see what happens, they're like, oh, damn, yes, I can heal my relationship with myself, with my family, with my partner. I can chase my dreams, get a better job, receive more money, right? All of these things are all limitations that we've created in our brain. So we've been trained to believe that weight loss has to be about restrictions and diets. Or now it's like taking medication, which is insane, because whatever you do to lose the weight, you have to keep doing it to keep it off. And so anytime you're taking a medication, you're tricking your body into doing something that it's not supposed to be doing. And we don't want to do that, because when we stop taking that medication, our body's going to go back to the way it was. And then it's going to be angry and it's going to bounce back and it's going to put on even more weight. I guarantee you. And then we think we have to kill ourselves at the gym, but we don't. It's all about mindset. And of course, whole clean foods, period, end of sentence. Just do that, please. Just cut out the sugar, cut out the processed foods. If we are just focusing on our weight or our calories, we're just going to be frustrated. I never weigh myself. All the people that weigh themselves, they're just obsessed. It's just a habit. And we're obsessed with, I'll be good enough when the scale says this number. It's just a number on a scale. It's just that somebody made up. So true change starts with the mind. And I know this isn't what you want to hear. It's just like, tell me what to do and I'll do it, right? Like we've all been there. But your brain is incredible. The brain runs the show. It's designed to adapt, change, grow. Like this is sheer survival. Our brain is designed to avoid pain, seek pleasure, and conserve energy. And it's all in the name of survival. Our brain just wants to keep us alive, which is like perfect. We want to remember that our brain is just trying to keep us alive. And when it's doing that, it's going to what's easiest or what we've done before, because our brain also runs on prediction. So how can our brain predict what's going to happen next? By what happened before. So we're always digging into the past experiences to see what's coming up next. And that just equals same. When we're trying to create a future from our past, we're just going to create more of what we've already created for ourselves. But I honestly believe that we haven't even tapped into the potential of our brain, and anything is possible. I think we limit ourselves with what we're told, what we see, and what we believe, but we don't open up our brain enough to what's possible. And as soon as we open up our brain to anything being possible, then the magic happens. But our brain is designed to adapt and grow to keep us safe, but we can use that to become a new person and create new results for ourselves. In midlife, we have the power to rewire our thinking and create a totally new story for ourselves. We don't have to be that same person that entered into midlife. We can spend the rest of our midlife being a totally new, crazy, awesome, fabulous version of ourselves, or a totally different version of ourselves. It doesn't matter. Epigenetics are quite amazing. There used to be a belief that however we're born, that's just how everything is. But there's been a ton of research proving that our thoughts when we have thoughts in our brain, it tells our body like what hormones to put out and what actions, chemical actions and reactions to take. And so we can actually change our makeup by the thoughts we're thinking. The placebo effect is an amazing example of this. Just the fact that we think we're taking something that will heal us will help to heal us. Why? Because our brain thinks it's healing us. So it's not the pill that's healing us, it's our thoughts that we are being healed, that's healing us. That's the power that this brain has. So you might maybe you've been telling yourself like, oh, I'll never lose weight. I've tried so many times, I just can't do it. Or I don't have time. I get this one a lot. I have no time. These are the exact thoughts that keep you stuck, because whatever you think is what you create more of. So the universe always gives you what you're asking for. And when you have a thought of like, oh, I can't lose weight, then all the universe hears is like, can't lose weight. So we'll make sure that you can't lose weight. Or I never have enough time. Okay, not enough time. That is what is created for you. That's what you're creating for yourself, actually. And these are the thoughts that keep you stuck, because you're just in a perpetual spinning cycle of sameness. Because here's why: you're not aware that you're thinking those thoughts. These thoughts are running on autopilot, and you're not even aware that they're coming into play here, which is crazy because you're not aware of your thoughts. That's why this is so interesting. Like, how can I take control of this? Then I want to be the thinker of my thoughts. You're two people in this body, in this experience. You're the thinker of the thoughts, but you can also take a step back and be the observer, the watcher of the thinker of your thoughts. So when you're the thinker of your thoughts, you're just in it, you're doing the things, you're creating the stuff, and you don't even realize that the subconscious is running the show, like brushing your teeth. You don't think about brushing your teeth, but your brain, your body knows how to brush your teeth without even thinking about it. That's what the subconscious does. So when you have thoughts that you repeat over and over and over again, the subconscious, in order to conserve energy, just puts it on autopilot. We don't need to put energy into that. We just know you're going to think that you can't lose weight. So we don't need to think about it. We just know that you're going to think, right? That life is hard or that you don't have any time. So we'll just be running in the back. And if you're not the watcher of your thoughts, then the subconscious is running the show. And if your subconscious is running the show without you being aware of it, it's like a toddler running around with a knife. It is so dangerous. Bad stuff is going to happen. So we want to be the watcher of our thoughts. That's how we take our power back. That's how we create what we do want with our brain. It's so, so powerful. So if you're consistently aware of your thoughts, shifting your thoughts, you can change how you feel. You can change how you act. You can change what you achieve. You can change your goals that you reach. And you can also change your health, your energy, your confidence, who you are as a human being. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. So when we talk about the mind, there's a mind-body connection. They're not separate. They're all one. They talk to each other, the mind and the body. They're always giving each other feedback and then taking that feedback and adapting. So changing your brain can physically change how your body responds, the placebo effect. And your midlife health is exactly the same. If you spend time on your mindset, it is way more powerful for weight loss. Because a lot of the things that we do when we eat food are connected to our brain, our feelings, our emotions, right? Our thoughts create our feelings, and we emotionally eat. That's why it's like, yeah, I know what to eat. I know when to eat it, all of it. But I'm not getting success. Why? Because it's the emotional eating. That's the part that we control with our brain when we really understand how our brain works and that our feelings are created from our brain. Nobody can tell us, nobody can make us feel a way. You made me feel this. No, it's what we are thinking about what they said that makes us feel that way. What they said was neutral, totally neutral. And then we give it a meaning, and then we're offended by it or hurt by it because of the way we are thinking about it. So it's ourselves that made us feel that way. So next time, you are in, say, like a negative spiral, whether it's about your weight or your energy or your purpose or the lack of time or your relationship, whatever, pause and reframe it and ask yourself these questions. What am I thinking right now? Okay, you're starting to spiral. You're like, oh, what was I just thinking? Because remember, the quality of life we live is dictated by the quality of questions we ask ourselves. What was I just thinking? Is it true? So if somebody says something to you, say you're fine, you're having a conversation, and then your partner says something to you, now you feel angry. Oh, what was I just thinking? That's the $1 million question. Is it true? Probably not. But is it true? Is it serving me? Like if I'm thinking my husband is against me and I'm pissed off, is that serving me? Like, how is this going to end? Can I let it go? Can I really, literally just let it go? And what do I choose to think instead? What do I want to think instead? What would I choose to think instead? Because it's all a choice. Our thoughts are our choices when we're conscious of them. And then what's one small thing I can do today to make that happen? What's the next little step to make that happen? Or to feel a different way? What's the next little thing? One small thing that I can do. So when you change the way you think, It's not just your health that improves, it's your sense of purpose, your relationships, your happiness. You can apply this to every single thing in your life. You'll always find what you're looking for. There's something called confirmation bias. So if we think that the world is a bad place, if we're just running around with a subconscious belief that we're not aware of, that the world is a bad place, our brain is going to find all the things to support that. Oh, see, the world's a bad place. Look how mean that person is to that person. Oh my gosh, look at all that badness going off there. That's all you're going to see. But it works in the opposite direction as well. If you think that the world is a good place, your brain is going to look for all of the confirmation to prove that that's right. So if you inherently see bad stuff or think the world is bad, how can you reframe it? And think a thought, walk around thinking a thought that the world is a good place, or people are happy, or people love me, or like whatever it is that you want to create for yourself. And you walk around, you think that all day, every day, and then you start to find the things that prove that right. The world is an amazing place. People are awesome. People are amazing. I see that all the time because I believe that. I believe the world is a good place. I believe people are good. I believe that people help each other. And I see that everywhere I go because I'm looking for it. And so I have way more good days than bad days because I create that in my brain. And the universe will always give you what you're looking for. So if you're getting a bunch of shit, go look into your brain and see, where are those shitty thoughts coming from? Why am I creating that for myself? And then flip it into what you do want. That's how it works. So what are you looking for? Just look at your results. If you're not sure how your brain is working, look at your results. Your results don't lie. When a client comes to me, I just will see their results and I'll be like, oh, I know exactly how their brain is working. I just go right to the results and they just go like, look, because your outer world is just a reflection of what's going on inside your brain. That's all it is. And so if you want to change your outer world, your results, change how you're thinking and feeling. That's the power. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So what do you want to do in midlife? Who do you want to be? How do you want to feel? Maybe it's time to start the business or go on that solo trip or start that passion project that you've always put off because you're so busy looking after the kids and everybody else. Now is the time. This is why I get so excited about midlife, because now's the time to do all the things, anything that you want to create. You can become anybody you want to in this moment right here. And you create all of that with your thoughts. So the more conscious you are of your brain and the more you control it and direct it, the better your life is because you're getting the results that you're creating. It's all about choice. You are in charge. So the biggest takeaway from today's podcast is, weight loss is just the beginning. That's what people usually start with. But when you shift your mindset, you can transform your body. Yes. You can boost your energy. You can rediscover your joy and purpose in midlife. Heck yes. You can apply this to anything that you do, anything that you want to change in your life. So this week, I challenge you to reframe just one limiting belief that you have about yourself. Just one. So find out what it is and then change it with those questions. Watch what happens when you stop focusing on what's wrong, what isn't going right, and you start believing in what's possible. That's where the magic happens. That's where you create a midlife that you love, that you absolutely love. And if you're ready for more support, my next 5-day challenge, it's starting October 7th. So watch all my social media for details. So let me just leave you with those questions one more time. When you're trying to change something, ask yourself this: what am I thinking right now to cause this feeling? What am I thinking? What was I just thinking? Is it true? Is it serving me? Can I let it go? What do I choose instead? What do I want to think instead? And what's one small thing I can do today? What's the next small step that I can do to make that happen or to start feeling better? And now you're being aware. You're in charge. You're in the driver's seat. You're creating your next moment, not from your past, but from this moment right here, who you are now and what you want to create and who you want to become. Not from the past, from the present and from what's possible. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a 5-star review. It's so helpful for me. And share this podcast with a friend who might need to hear this message today. And follow me on Instagram, Heather London Coaching. I do all of my food tips and my health brain tips, all the stuff. That's where I put most of my social media is on Instagram at Heather London Coaching. So follow me there and become a part of that community. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first and have an amazing day.